What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Rubio's garage. We're actually working on the D350, our first gen. This one's the 89, non-intercooled. We named her Gris, which is gray in English, or we're gonna name it Forge, cause Ford parts and Dodge parts, Forge. We still don't know. So yeah, we're buttoning up the last stuff to drive it. We actually got the aluminum drive shaft yesterday, and right now we're working on the steering column. The reason being is because we gotta get this OBS ready for the No BS OBS Solution Structural. I guess it's their 6th year. We try and go every year. It's in Oregon. It's like a 10, 11, 13 hour drive. So yeah, we ordered some kryptonite parts. We ordered the Super Duty Death Grip kit, which is that one. That one's the drag link and the tie rod kit. Comes with everything. That one's it's a drag link, so that one's a track bar, the one behind it, and then the second one, this third box is the steering stabilizer kit. It's right there. We're still waiting for the shocks. What kind of shocks should I use, guys? I did order not Fox, not Bilsteins, not King. I should make some Queen shocks for this one. Now, yeah, this one we actually got a little fender bender here down the street. Actually, a guy was backing up and he didn't see me, so he hit my front steering wheel, which basically made it turn right, and I hit a parked truck. So the best time to upgrade is when you break stuff. Now, we just want to double check everything's good, how the parts are good. I don't want to snap something while driving. It's just, yeah. So the best time to upgrade is when you break or when you crash your truck, I guess. So yeah, this truck, it's an 88 F350 with it's a brake nose, and then we converted the front end to an aero nose, which is 92 to 96 F150 Bronco, and then to 97 250 350 and F series, and then 98 we didn't have a F350. I don't know if you guys knew that, or F250 it was in transition for Super Duties. I guess they didn't do 98. They did have 97 F250s, which were the newer style, like that one, which was weird because they had a 7 lug nut wheel. But yeah, had the Expedition front end F250. Look it up. So yeah, we're trying to get this one ready, so that we're trying to get the first gen out of the driveway so we could work on the driveway, so we won't be on the street. So yeah, so right now we're doing the steering shaft. When you have a Dodge like this one that's a non-tilt, your flange is not removable, and then if you have a tilt, this is removable, which your steering U-joint will go straight on there. But we have to cut this off, or I don't know. So I didn't want to cut the steering. Steering is very delicate, and I'd rather just buy stuff instead of fapping up. Sometimes you have to, but I could buy the parts, why not? So or you could buy the Burgeson steering shaft with the U-joint and flange, and it'll be a direct bolt-on, and it'll be good to go, you know. But me, I always go the extra mile. I did a double U-joint. It gives me a sturdier feel for the steering wheel. You can see how the reason I like Burgeson is because on the Corvette we did Burgeson steering box and steering U-joints, and this one's been in the part show for a good 10 years already. So right now, to eliminate this problem, since I can't find a column here in California without paying $500 to $1,000, and they're all automatics, we converted to a manual on this one. So yeah, so we got this part from Speedway Motors. Shout out to them. It was for $30. It's a 48 spline 1-inch, and actually just cut it with the grinder right now so we could put the U-joint. This is the part number for that flange. Is a GM 67 to 74 GM column adapter, 1 inch 48. There you go. You got it for less than 40 bucks. And then we ordered this from Burgeson. This one's a stainless unit. This one's a 1 inch 48 to a 1 inch double D. And it's crazy. It's crazy because on the Vet, it's in the Corvette, it's a 48 spline 1 inch, but it's an 18 millimeter double D. So it almost fit. And you know, once I find a column for this one, I will go back to this one, and then it'll be stock. It'll be working like intended. But you know, once you upgrade to aftermarket, you know, nothing fits. You gotta improvise and get stuff done. So yeah, the Corvette, it's actually parked on the street right now. That one's a Corvette. It has a Burgeson steering box, and lock to lock is like 3 wheels. Three spins on the steering wheel. Super cool cars from my brother. We built it from the ground up. We're just waiting on paint. Everything's done but the paint. So yeah, a lot of projects here in Rubio's garage. So yeah, that's that. For this first gen, like I said, we got the drive shaft put on right now. And we're just finishing up. We're just bolting up a lot of stuff. So as of right now, we got some air. As you can see, this gauge, it's been holding there for the past half an hour, and we haven't leaked under 120 psi. So on this first gen, we are running a air compressor from an industrial version. I'm guessing 24 valve. I've only seen this air compressor in 24 valve industrial trucks like F800, F900, those that have air brakes. F600s don't tend to have air brakes. Maybe the F650s do, but I'm saying the F800, 900, those tend to have, even 700, they tend to have air brakes. And if you had a 24 valve ISB, I'm guessing it's ISB, that's how they call those, you can get the air compressor. The air compressor has really small real estate. And what's cool about this air compressor, it has a really small power steering pump, and it clears the motor mount. You gotta make a special bracket for that motor mount because it's too much weight for just the 2 bolts on the timing case. So you has a bottom mount, and you gotta bolt onto the motor mount. So yeah, this one's super simple. On the 12 valves, like I said, on the industrial versions, the air compressors are huge, and you gotta have a direct drain oil line to your oil pan. And for this one, it's a oil line drain. It's not a line, it drains to your timing case, kind of like your vacuum pump. So you only have a feed, and then it drains to your timing case. And then coolant, we got coolant from the rear freeze plug, because we did the rear freeze plug block off plate, but it has an MPT port to run your coolant. So basically this line, it circulates your hot coolant to your compressor. And then as of now, we have it here, but we tend on getting an aluminum radiator, and we'll probably run this coolant to the radiator so it can circulate and then it just cools off. You can see the heater lines. We did some custom lines. We ran them under the fender, up and around, because the factory ones run through the top, and this one's a non-AC truck as of right now, so they tend to run straight on there. Second of all, yeah, so this air compressor, look it up on FL70, Sterling trucks, F800s, those industrial versions. So this one I got it for free on Marketplace, and yeah, everything works. Everything works pretty good. We just replaced the air governor because we added an air dryer, and yeah, it purges and everything. Super simple setup. So we're gonna have onboard air. You can see, you can hear the air horns right now. Super cool. Super loud. The air horns are from Amazon. These are the air horns. These are the tanks, and they are holding air. We did put a fail-safe 150 psi drain. So if the air compressor pumps over 150 psi, it will just drain. So it's like a safety valve. The first gen has second gen rear axle from an 02 second gen Dodge. You can see how the disc brakes Dana 80. And this one's our drive shaft. It's from Drivetrain Industries. I sent him a message, direct message on Instagram, and I gave him the measurements and pictures, and he shipped it to me. I showed him the flange from the ZF6. This Dodge has a ZF6. So yeah, cleared the fuel tank just enough. You got some space. You got like a good 10 inches between the transfer case and the fuel tank. So yeah, we're gonna plan on throwing those tanks either right here on the side. We're gonna fab something up. We do want to put a rear fuel tank, kind of like the OBS's. The 38-gallon Bronco tank actually works great on the OBS, so we're probably gonna throw it over here. It's gonna have a gooseneck flatbed. Flatbed is gonna be out of stainless. So yeah, air dryer and everything's working. Everything's good. So we also have the Transit, another project. We plan on doing Kilderman air suspension in the rear, and just tend to overload it. So yeah, that's that. This is our cars here in Rubio's garage. And what else? Clutch. We gotta make brake lines, mount the clutch reservoir, and as you can see, ZF6. How the starters on the passenger side, and stock ones are starters on the driver's side. So yeah, that's what we're gonna name it, the Forge or Grease, whichever is cool. So this is cool. Let me show you guys on SELENA. We actually have a steering shaft from Flaming River. This one actually has been there since 2017, 2016, and is a double U joint. I never had an issue with Ford having tilt, not tilt columns, all that stuff. You know, I went to a junkyard, got a manual column, and it was a direct bolt-on. So, and for Dodges, you have tilt, non-tilt, 4x4. They have different size columns, I guess, because I look in Carport and I can't find anything. So, yeah, a lot of goodies on this Dodge. We have a 1-wire charge alternator. We have a bulletproof diesel water pump. We have a fluid damper. We have a Canon machining timing cover. We just polished the stock intake. We put the tappet cover. We did the 2nd gen lift pump. We changed the spring so it could lower the PSI. And you can see it still holds PSI. Because I guess this VE pumps could only handle like 15 PSI or less, 10 PSI, and the P pumps go like up to 40. So yeah, you just change the plunger, get those springs on Granger, 10 pack like for $30. And yeah, a lot of hardware. You can see the feed line for the compressor, but yeah, a lot of ARP hardware. For now, this is temporary. We're gonna probably move the battery to the back. We still don't know. Let us know what you want to do, what you guys want to do. So, has the oil temperature for the oil cooler. Ambient temperature 70 degrees. Freeze plugs, a lot of goodies. Stainless steel manifold, and it has those stage 8 fasteners or nuts, so it won't back out, with ARP studs. We do have the King Speed oil pan. A lot of goodies in this truck. So I tend to buy a lot of goodies because I'm doing the work. Later on, I gotta see if I'm gonna upgrade the steering box and do the whole steering. But yeah, for right now, we wanna get it going. You can see the compressor right there. You can see how it clears just your motor mount, and everything looks good. ARP hardware everywhere. So hopefully it's strong. They say it's stronger than Great 10. So we do want to do an intercooler. So for right now, we're gonna be running this like that. You see? So stay posted here, Rubio's Garage. Let us know. Let us know what you like. What should we do in the channel? And we're gonna grow this thing. If you want to like, subscribe, that'll help us out. If you don't want to, you're missing out. It's a mess in the interior. We'll do another one later on.